And welcome back to X-Men Legends. Guess what? I'm changing the party. Full sail change, everybody must go. So I'm going to try and keep like a decent balance. We have a flyer, we have a couple ranged people, we have Colossus, who's going to be the meat shield, and we have someone who can freeze stuff / build bridges. Although, actually, now that I think about it, I think I have two people that can build bridges because Jean Grey has the psychic thing and she can get the metal. Anyway, I haven't used some of these people in a while, so I have to do a whole bunch of like level ups and distribution of points. And I'm trying to break my bad habit of putting points into a new mutant power and then just not assigning it. Thankfully, I did remember to do that for most of this. However, I have a major problem, which is everyone is too low of a level to equip most of the equipment that I have stashed away. And that's going to become a bigger issue here particular, because like you could just go back to an older act and try to get more equipment. I really don't want to do that because that just seems like kind of a waste of time. But another complicating factor in that is not only are the equipment that gets dropped by most enemies not going to be equipable, if you try going to Forge and buying some equipment from him, his equipment that he has available also levels up as you go through the game. So if I try going to him now, he's going to have equipment that's like level 20 or 25 and up. So I wanted to show this real quick. If you don't have a flyer and you get stuck in the pits, like even timing the downward smash at the apex of your jump doesn't work, you can go through this portal after flipping the switch and it'll warp you back to the maze that I showed in the previous video. Now, something I am going to do is head to Forge, and as you can see, like nothing he sells can be equipped by lower level characters. I'm going to do some cleanup. Shanna, we found the door you were talking about, but we can't get it open. Any suggestions?
That's a Nuwali gateway. It requires 2 keys.
Where would we find these keys?
They're probably scattered somewhere in the Nuwali temple.
Yeah, good thing we already have both of the keys. So you can just drop these into the stones. And when I say cleanup, like I mentioned before, I'm going to start selling off some equipment, even if it is like rare character specific stuff. Shanna, we just opened the gateway. Now we can get into the last area of the Nuwali temple and save Beast.
Very good. But watch yourselves. This looks to be one of the oldest structures in the Savage Land. Professor Xavier would like to have a word with you.
You've done an exemplary job. But now I would ask you to return to Avalon and speak with Destiny. She recently had visions that might provide you with some useful information.
So if you've already talked to Destiny, don't bother doing this, because she has absolutely nothing new to tell you. And I don't know why Professor suggests that in the first place. Although while I'm here, the bonus area has been unlocked, so I might as well go back and do that. So this is going to be a very straightforward one. You basically go through one kind of M-shaped tunnel, and you have, let's see, there's the Winged Devil here. These are going to be like notably higher level than any of the characters I have right now, but as long as I'm using my mutant powers effectively, they're not going to present that much of an issue. And speaking of, Colossus's like wind-up punch that he does, good for damage, terrible to aim. Because as you might notice, like when you see me using it, there's a bit of a delay on when he actually does the punch, and you have to be able to judge distance because he steps forward and then does the hit. So when I use this, I'm mainly going to try and use it against enemies that are already engaged with one of my teammates or backed into a corner. Just because Like, it is so frustrating going for that punch and then just whiffing on it multiple times. Particularly because, oh yeah, we got a piece of Iron Man's armor, by the way. How many times has it been spoiled that Iron Man is in this game? Anyway, so I'm going to give him Thunderclap, because that's more of like a wider area that he hits with that attack. And, yeah, you're much more likely to hit something with that versus the like straight up punch. I mean, it won't do as much damage, but at least you're much more guaranteed to hit something. And moving forward, you can see Omega Red was in the loading screen. We will be getting to him very soon. I also wanted someone with might in the party because there's a ton of just big-ass blocks laying around, and you can really take advantage of that to, like, throw them at enemies, stun them. Now up ahead here on the left, there's a Danger Room disc tucked behind here. I really do need to do more of the Danger Room ones. There's just one that I really dread doing.
Would you look at this room? Every inch is covered in symbols. The equipment here looks like it belongs to Apocalypse. He must be trying to decipher what's written on these walls.
And Chuck Rock. I hate that when dialogue triggers and you get out of it, like basically hitting the confirm button just causes him to instantly throw it. I mean, we've seen that earlier, like when something got thrown in the middle of a dialogue sequence. But yeah, it's just a minor annoyance. So there's going to be a bunch of snipers and rifle people in here. And back in this corner, aside from the enemy, there's another data disk. And at this point, we get 2 more health packs, which, considering my insistence on playing everyone regardless of what level they are, definitely going to come in handy. Now we have an elemental enhanced soldier here, and that extraction point that I just went past, the door next to it is where we need to go. But it's not where I'm going to go yet, because there is something else to find here. Once the expert snipers stop backing up. So, in the opposite corner, there's a staircase leading to a set of double doors. These will loop back onto themselves, so it doesn't matter which way you go through. There's also more like pots and stuff you can break open if you want to see if you can get maybe an extra piece of equipment out of them, or just farm for more tech bits. I did get some decent equipment drops for this particular section, but we'll get to that in a moment. So you'll get to this intersection with this big-ass pillar, and there's a little fire next to it. Seems innocent enough, but if you take someone like Iceman and snuff out the fire, look at that! And you got a tech station to get some extra points to focus. Not many of the things are well hidden in this game, but that is one of the few things that, like, you won't, like, almost immediately notice it when you walk past it. So, yeah, you can just clear out the rest of this tunnel. It's more of the same, like, hunters and snipers as before. And going back to the tunnel next to the extraction point, if you're wondering why there are so many jump cuts in this, it's because there are just that many, like, pots and vases and containers to break open, and I am going for every single one of them. And I do not want you sitting through... Oh, there's a decent equipment drop. Not only a decent equipment drop, but it's something that one of my characters can equip immediately. Because for some reason, the level cap on that is only 5. But yeah, this video would be like at least 15 minutes longer if I showed you me breaking open every single container. Also, the dialogue trigger for this extends out pretty far.
Searching for Beast, are you? You'll never get to him in time.
Omega Red. What are you doing here?
Working for Apocalypse. He has promised me my own domain to rule in his new world order. But I would have done it for free. Had I known I would get the chance to crush worms like you.
Why did Apocalypse bring Beast here?
To decipher the symbols on these walls, it took quite a bit of persuasion. But in the end, he did as he was commanded.
Why was Beast needed for that?
The previous scientist for Apocalypse was slow in providing the translations. His employment was terminated in a most unpleasant way.
Where's Beast now?
His task is completed, so Beast is no longer of use. He is to meet the same fate as the translator before him. And speaking of terminations, your time has come, my friends.
And welcome to the curse that is trying to fight some of these bosses with a melee-specific character who doesn't really have a ranged attack. So, Omega Red has a couple main attacks that he does. The shooting the robot tentacle forward and spinning in a circle with it. He can also do what he just did here, which is inflict stun and pull you in, at which point he'll do the spin again and knock you back. Thing is, he is way more likely to do the spin if you were standing in close proximity to him. Which is why I insisted on having, like, at least 2 people who could do ranged attacks. Something else that complicates this fight is you will see, like, soldiers dropping in from the sides, but if you get through this fast enough, they don't really pile up enough to become a significant issue. So, pretty simple fight, all things considered.
Okay, Omega Red's out. Now we can search for Beast. He's scheduled for termination, so let's make this quick.
Or we could not and say we did. There are a ton of containers and vases in this room. I'm not going to show you any of me running around busting all of that open, but tucked into this back corner is a weapons cache. So let's crack this open. Can't remember what exactly I got. Oh, it's the Scarlet Witch thing. I don't think that was particularly noteworthy, but next time we're getting to the final boss for this act, and is Beast dead?